morning, student. Today we will discuss the capacitance and capacitors. As you know that the capacitor is the device which can store electric charge for the short period of time. We have seen the resistors. Resistors is the opposition to the flow of electric charge. Okay, whenever we put resistance in a circuit, it opposes the flow of current through the circuit, and there is a charges flow through the resistance. Similarly, the uh, capacitor is a device which can store the electric charge, whereas the electric charge flow through the resistor, but in capacitor we can store the electric charge for short period of the time. And the symbol for this is generally this is the international symbol of the capacitance. It is generally denoted by these two plates of the capacitors and like this. Okay, and this is generally what we found in different books. This is the symbol, and therefore the capacitor's ability to hold electric charge is measured in farads. Farad is the maximum rating of the capacitors. Okay, initially the some many times the capacitors are generally rated in microfarads or even uh, less than the microfarad. Okay, so how the capacitor is charged and discharged, that we'll consider now. Now suppose this is the two-way switch, and this is the one capacitor of 20 microfarad which is connected in series with the ammeter, and ammeter is connected in series with the resistors. This is two-way switch which is further connected to this voltage source, and the circuit is connected like this. So initially now this capacitor is fully discharged, and therefore we have to charge this. How we can charge this? We have to throw this switch to the A position. When you throw this two-way switch to the A position, or when you connect this terminal to here, now the current will start flowing through the circuits. Current will start flowing through the circuit, and the electric charge will flow like this. And initially, this ammeter will show the maximum reading. It will show the maximum reading. That means maximum charge is now flowing into the capacitors, and the capacitor starts charging. And initially, this ammeter, which was showing the maximum rating, it will starts reducing over the time. In due course of the time, this value of this current flowing through the ammeter will reduce to the zero value. That means when it will reach to the zero value, at that time this capacitor is fully charged. And when the capacitor was discharged, the voltage across this is zero. When the charge is flowing through this capacitor and capacitor starts charging, the development of the voltage across this capacitor will also increasing. Initially, voltmeter shows 0 volt, but as the capacitor starts charging, the the voltage across the capacitor is also start showing the increasing value. And when the capacitor is fully charged, this voltmeter will show the maximum voltage across the capacitor. So this is when the capacitor is now fully charged, and it can be shown by like this. So now suppose now the capacitor is fully charged, and now we have to discharge the capacitor. Okay. Now when we have to discharge the capacitor, now this two-way switch, which was initially connected to the A for flowing the current of the circuit, now we can switch this to this B position. When you now connect to this B position, what will happen? The initially the capacitor was fully charged. Now the current will start flowing in the opposite direction. Now the current will start flowing in opposite direction. Now the current will flow through the ammeter in this direction like this. So it means that the capacitor now starts discharging. The capacitor start discharging, and therefore when it will fully discharge, it will show the zero charge across the capacitor. And this is about the charging and discharging of the circuit. So initially when we connect the switch to A position, the capacitor starts charging. Initially the ammeter shows the maximum charge or current, and when it is capacitor is fully charged, charging current will slowly reduce and it will reach to this position. And when the capacitor starts charging, the voltage across, the potential difference across the capacitor starts increasing like this, and it will reach to the maximum value. So this is the voltage developed across the capacitor. So when the capacitor is fully charged, we are at this point. Now, when the capacitor is full, start discharging, what will happen? This is a discharging current, and slowly it is reducing to the zero value. Similarly, the voltage across the capacitor also starts reducing from its maximum value to the zero value with time. So this is how the charging and discharging of the capacitor is there. Okay. Now, the charging and discharging of the capacitor we have to measure accurately, and therefore this ammeter will not show how the current increases. Accurately, we cannot measure the charge, and therefore we have to use this one instruments, that is a ballistic galvanometer, for the accurate measurement of the charge. Okay. So for that, the from that experiment we can find that charge on capacitor C coulombs divided by the potential difference across capacitor C is equal to some constant, okay, value, some constant value. So charge upon applied potential difference is nothing but this constant is nothing but the capacitance, and this is in farad. Okay, this is nothing but the capacitance, and therefore we can write this charge upon voltage is equal to करूंगा मैं तो ज्यादा उनसे पता है नंतर फिर मैं लेक्चर में दिखाऊंगा. So this capacitor Q by V is equal to C. So charge on the capacitor Q is equal to CV coulombs. Okay, now we'll consider the case of the capacitor in parallel. So when these two capacitors are connected in parallel, which is having the capacitor C1 and C2, and therefore the charge on capacitor C1 is charge on the capacitor C1 is nothing but Q1, which is equal to C1 into V. Q2 is the charge on capacitor C2 is equal to C2 into V, and therefore the total charge is nothing Q1 plus Q2. So it is a C1V plus C2V, and this we can take here V outside, and therefore C1 C2 is the total capacitance, and therefore when you connect the two capacitors in series, the equivalent capacitance is just the addition of this individual capacitance, that is in farad. So now the capacitor in series, when we connect the capacitor in series, this C1 C2 to the one ammeter A1, ammeter A2 with some resistance A1, the two-way switch is there which is connected to the voltage source. Initially the switch is connected to here. When you connect here, the electric charge will flow through this ammeter A1 and A2. Initially, the maximum value will show by this ammeter A1 and A2, and the electric charge will be there on in C1 and C2. The capacitor will start charging, and with the due time or with the time passes, this the reading of the emitter A1 and A2, they will starts decreasing from maximum value to the zero value. When it shows the zero value, that means the capacitors are fully charged. And once it is fully charged, we can throw this switch to the B position. And when it throw to the B position, the current will start now like this. And the capacitor will now discharge through these resistors. Okay, it will discharge through these resistors. And therefore, what is the capacitor Q1? It is a C1, V1 is equal to C2. Okay. Charge of this capacitor C1 is equal to the charge of this capacitor C2. But the voltage across these capacitors will be voltage of this capacitor will be different. And this capacitor, what is the voltage across this capacitor C1? it is Q by C1. Voltage across the capacitor C2, it is a Q by C2. So therefore, Q is equal to CV, and therefore total voltage across this circuit is nothing but V1 plus V2. So if you write here, instead of this V is Q by C, and instead of this V1 we can write Q by C1 plus Q2 by C2. We can cancel QQ from this and we'll get this capacitors. And if you find the total capacitance of the parallel circuit, sorry, this is a series circuit. If you find the total capacitance of the series circuit, then total capacitance is nothing but the product of the value of this capacitance divided by the addition of its individual capacitance value. So this is how the capacitance in parallel and series circuit we can find. Now the distribution of voltage across the capacitor in series. When the capacitors are connected in series, how to find the voltage, how the voltage is distributed across these C1 capacitance and C2 capacitance. Total voltage is V, but we have to also find what is the voltage across this capacitance C1, what is the voltage across capacitance C2. So this can be found like this. You know that this is voltage across this capacitance C1 is Q by C1. This is voltage across C2 capacitance, and therefore if you take the ratio of V2 by V1, you will get here C1 by C2. So V2 by V1 is equal to C1 by C2. So this is, we know that the total capacitors in series circuit is like this. So, and we have to find now the voltage across the capacitor C1. So V1 is equal to Q by C1. So just put the values of Q is nothing but CV, and we have to put the values of, this is the C1. So what is the, we have to find the value of C1 from this. So C1 is nothing but C into C1 plus C2 divided by C2. So here we have to put it C1 plus C2 divided by C2. C2 will go upwards, CC will cancel, and this is the voltage across the capacitor C1. Similarly, we can calculate the voltage across the capacitor C2. It is a Q by C2. So again, we have to write Q is charge is nothing but capacitance into voltage, and we have to write here value of C2. C2 value we have to again calculate from this. C2 value we have to calculate from this and put the value of C2 from this equation in this, and subsequently we can write here CV divided by like this. This CC will get cancelled here. Okay, now it is cancelled here. So this will come on the numerator side, and this will be the voltage across the capacitor C2. So in this way we can find the voltage across capacitor C1 and C2. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.